All right, so I wanted to make this video kind of a short and sweet video about my experience on Kick and uh, kind of give some background as why I really started over there to begin with. Because recently I keep seeing a bunch of creators come forward and start bashing Twitch, and by no means, and I'll put this as a disclaimer. I am not, as many people like putting a purple heart bleeder, or whoever they try to say is just, oh, you're just sucking on Twitch's cock. That's not me. I am a creator first and foremost. Platforms are a tool. End of. But what I don't understand is the things I keep seeing all over the place, that Kick is the better place. Kick is amazing. It's so much better than Twitch. And I just wanted to kind of recap my last 3 months over on Kick as part of my workflow, and I did just kind of integrate it with my multi-streaming between Twitch and YouTube. And I figured, I'll give it a shot and see how it goes. And just kind of want to give you a recap of how that's been going for me. So I originally started Kick. Well, I started on Kick. I shouldn't say started Kick. I started on Kick. I originally started on Kick, like, I want to say almost 2 years ago, a year ago. I tried it for a little bit when it was the new hubbub of, oh, this is going to be the Twitch killer. This is going to be, so much better than Twitch. And through all of the controversies that came out, the just blatant stupidity that I've seen on that platform that goes a lot of times unchecked. I gave it a shot originally, I think roughly about a year ago now, for another 3 month period. I saw nothing. Now, I know there's already going to be angry comments about below that are going to be like, oh, well, you didn't give it long enough. In my opinion, a person like myself who is full time and managing as many platforms as I do, and has easily promoted where I am, I should see at least like the slightest uptick of anybody potentially coming over. And at that period of time, I was also smaller than I am now, and there was nothing. I would get either bots or just people coming in to promote their own stuff, and that was it. Now, where I draw the line is over the last year, I have noticed that a lot of people are just bashing Twitch. They're saying, again, Kick is the future, Kick is better, yada, yada, yada. Now, I will say Twitch is not infallible, and I'll get into that later. But a lot of things I've noticed with Kick itself, a lot of things are going under the radar in a sense. And this brings me more to my present and my last 3 month stint of trying Kick again to see if there's any changes, or maybe potentially because I'm bigger than I was a year ago, maybe this could be a platform that I tack on and continue to work on. And my experience has been almost like I'm back in 2018 Twitch, and I say that for like three main points. There's people who will make alt accounts to go around your bans, and they'll do so multiple times. I've had more than one incident to where I've had to ban the same person who has come in and been transphobic, and they go around the ban system like it's literally a fucking one-way street. It's easy. I've also had bots run rampant. I get anywhere from 5 to 6 bots an hour, it feels like sometimes, to where some streams, you guys have openly seen me, is I'll just cut the stream to Kick, because every other person who comes in is literally a bot just talking about how I can grow my community, I can grow things, and spamming links. Now, that is not to say that Twitch doesn't have the same issue. But the problem is, Twitch hasn't had that issue in years. Like, I know bots are getting more evolved. Bots are getting more smart to get around systems that are preventing them from, being moderated. But it's just messy when you ban one and it immediately comes back like not even 30 minutes later, promoting the same thing over and over and over and over again. Now, You can also say about, I want to say, a good 3 years ago, I did have a massive bot raid on Twitch that I actually had to switch Twitch channels to formally address. That I will not, shy away from. Twitch has its own bot issues. It just feels on the Kick side that it's normal there. And I keep seeing creators that say, "Oh, you need to look on the bright side. Kick's is so much better than Twitch and this and that." When I've given it 3 months and I see little to no return. The only time I've ever really seen a actual human show up to my chat was one night I had been doing 12-hour streams and they got mad at me because I was not streaming in the right category. And as soon as I switched categories, they left. Like, that is the only time I've ever seen any actual human interaction on the Kick side, to where I am skeptical of anyone on that side that has followed me of actually being a human being. Now, and the main reason I have an issue with a lot of things is that I see these creators, these larger ones, and I love you to pieces, and if this gets back to you, I'm sorry, Biggie. I've seen a lot of your takes on it. And a lot of them, for lack of better terms, seem like very one-sided. You give off the aura of someone who got burned by Twitch, got a better bag over on Kick, and now is going to slander a channel or a platform you came from. And I've seen a lot of other creators take after you and just bashing a platform. Now, this goes back to kind of what I covered in my Bone to Pick episode recently. That platforms are tools, and you yourself have echoed this same thing. It's just, I can't help to feel every time I sit down to have my dinner and I watch your videos, is you still sit here and you just harp on Twitch for every little wrong thing, and you boast about a very platform that has had so much just off the wall things happen on it, and a lot of them still go unchecked. I've openly gone to like the IRL just chatting section, and there's openly people sitting there with next to no clothes on. I have openly seen like a lot of the same things that you harp on Twitch about run rampant on Kick. They still have poor moderation when it comes to certain things. Like I get a big thing is, the bot issue. Both people that are sitting here and sending bots to promote themselves, and or bots just to send random fucking messages. It's annoying, and it leads to people who want to join the platform a very nasty taste in their mouth, myself included. Now, I know a lot of the big things that allure people to Kick is that whole financial incentive of, oh, I'm gonna get more money, I'm gonna have better payouts than what Twitch is offering. And I'm gonna be blunt, and I'm gonna be honest with how myself financially have been able to kind of stay afloat these last couple months, and no matter what platform I really focus on, I am financially safe, and that's Patreon. That is Patreon. And I will link that below if anyone's curious. I will be trying my best to revamp that soon. I know I've been neglecting it the last few months, but that will be linked below this video. That being said, I have never gone into a platform going, how much money can I make out of this platform? Now, that is something I do consider when I'm going to a new platform. But it's not something that weighs heavily on my mind to where that will dictate if I move or not. Like, you could give me 80-20, but your site runs like dog shit, I'm still not gonna move. Like, I don't understand why a lot of these creators I've seen push that so hard that they just push, oh, it's the freaking higher count between, how much you're going to be making versus your subs and everything. You're going to make so much more money because it incentivizes people, medium to even small, to come over and going, yeah, I can make it over here. When in reality, it suffers from the same thing Twitch and all of these do. Big fish get big food, little fish get nothing. Like that's what I'm gonna keep standing by. Is a lot of people will say, "Oh, you didn't put work then. You didn't do this. You didn't do that." I've put work in for like 4 to 5 months overall with all of this. Even long before I even started streaming on Kick, I was still offering it as, "Hey guys, I'm in the process of moving this over. You know, go check it out." And I've had a few people come over from where I normally stream from, which is YouTube and Twitch, but no one really has migrated heavily. And I think that's mainly because the platform is just, like I said, it feels very young. It feels very like it's not been tested, it's not been trialed with a lot of things, and they just kind of their big marketing thing was, oh, it's the big sub split. That's what's going to get everybody. And you know, for larger creators, yes, that could be something, especially if they're having hardships on financial side and everything, and they should be worried about the financial. Anybody that takes this job seriously should be focused on the financial aspect of the thing they do for a living. That being said, I I overlook that very easily when, once again, I'm getting bots showing up. I'm getting very immature people that come in and are transphobic. They're just aggressive to be aggressive, I guess you could say. A point stands is I have not had issues like that in literal years on Twitch and even YouTube for that matter. Over the last 6 months of either of those, I have not had any issues with people coming in and being transphobic or whatnot. Like occasionally, if I am promoting my stream in, say, a public game, I do have the one or two oddballs that come in a stream and yap. But that's expected. That's the risk I take when I publicly promote myself in a multiplayer setting. It's going to happen. Um, what I don't condone is people coming out of the woodwork on a site that they just think they can just do this kind of behavior and get away with it. And it just sucks because I've talked to a few other creators about my size, if not smaller, and they've had the same thing. They've had people come to their chats and be transphobic and just anti-gay, anti-everything, and they think they're cool. And with no real way of moderating those people from coming back, if not just making other accounts or getting more people to show up once you ban one, it's like I said, it's back to almost 2019, 2018 Twitch, to where we had a lot of bot issues. We had a lot of people that were, hate rating and stuff like that. Was something that was massive and an issue that platform faced. And I fear that that itself is going to start taking place on Kick if they don't get moderation tools in place. Now, I know you can't moderate, per se, a free platform, because all it takes is an email to set up an account, and it's not that hard. There is no way to moderate it. But if a lot of things, like Twitch has put in place, let us know with a little thing when we hover over it that this is a possible ban invasion, and they can be banned and dealt with by my moderating team effectively. When you come in as a new person on Kick, there's nothing. Like, there's nothing to say that you are possibly a malicious person. There's nothing to tell me that. Whereas on Twitch, it will literally, all you do is hover over it. If not, sometimes if they come in, it'll flag right up within the dashboard and say, hey, this is an account possibly evading a ban from other channels, and just notifies me. There's nothing on Kick like that. There's no kind of moderation tools. There's, like, yeah, you can ban and time out them, but those are they're like band-aids on a wound. They're not going to fix the issue. They're not going to help, remove people like that from the platform, when the platform itself, through all of the controversy, has almost seemingly encouraged degenerate behavior. And a lot of people I've seen try to perpetuate that Kick is this amazing platform. It's reformed. That was a rough patch for the platform, when, I've not seen any changes. Again, I see the same issues I did a year prior to this, and it doesn't seem like they're getting addressed. Everyone is always heeing and hawing over how how much money they're going to get, or the sub split, or how much financially more sound it is than Twitch. If you do your job properly and you have multiple revenue streams like myself, you don't need to worry about what specific platform can offer you in terms of financial gain. Like, yes, am I taking potentially a net loss on Twitch? Yeah. But I'm not there for the money. I'm there because that was the first platform I was introduced to when it comes to the live streaming space. I am not there to bankroll money. I am there for the occasional spikes in money and the occasional, okay, cool, I had a payout and it's extra money in my pocket. I'm not there for, I need to make a living off of this. And I feel a lot of people get caught up with that idea that they need to do streaming as a like full-time, I need to just make money. When content creation should never really truly be about money. It should be about expressing yourself as a person and sharing that expressiveness with your viewers. It shouldn't be, if my viewers give me money, how much money am I going to get out of them? Which is a very toxic, in my opinion, way of looking at streaming as a whole. But getting back on track, after these 3 months, I have noticed, again, the same issues on Kick that I have seen years ago on Twitch. And it makes me kind of a little throw up in my mouth when I see other creators bash Twitch or bash any other competitor and say that Kick's the future, it's so much better, when it still has some very rudimentary issues. Like, easy ban evasion, easy moderation evasion, that in some communities are crippling. Now, I know a lot of bigger creators may get wind of this. If they don't, or even medium-sized like myself, will maybe hop on the bandwagon of trying to defend Kick. Is it a better platform than Twitch? Give or take, maybe. But, they have to understand the rudimentary issues that the platform has and not rally so quickly to bash another platform that is, in my opinion, a little bit more fleshed out than Kick is. I could be wrong. There could be some plan in the works that after this video I'll have to make a follow-up and be like, man, I'm fucking stupid. But I'm just saying, at my 3-month kind of break period here, is I haven't seen change. I haven't seen any kind of uptick in any kind of moderation tools to help us. And now it's easy for the bigger creators who cover Kick and all of the things, like I mentioned, it's easy for them to go, yeah, Kick's amazing, because you have thousands of people at your doorstep willing to just throw money at you. You're not like most medium to maybe mid-sized creators that, are banking on maybe a 1 to 5 viewer stream, and you're not experiencing the botting, because bots aren't going to go after big channels. There's no point. It's too risky for them to go after bigger channels, because bigger channels have bigger moderation teams. They have bigger ways to deal with bots. Now, I know a lot of people are going to fire back with, well, get a moderation team. I did. I've had one for years. But sadly, my moderation team is full of blue-collar people who work all the time, and they don't want to come home and have to work again. So a lot of times I have to rely on bots to fight bots. And that is honestly stressful. It's stressful to have to deal with. It's stressful for anyone involved that has to ever, witness me having to stop whatever I'm doing to go tinker with a bot, because it either attacked the wrong person. Like the other day I got rated for 100 people and it attacked someone else for dropping a link instead of just doing as the parameters set. And that's the problem. I've had to disable my bot temporarily to try to fix parameters that it can go after and time people out so it doesn't time out the wrong people. And I shouldn't have to do that. There should be tools on the platform that allow me to have peace of mind when going live there. Tools that have been on Twitch for the last, I want to say, almost 2 years, with the notification of ban evasions and stuff. Like, yes, does that immediately ban them? No. but it gives me, or even if I have a moderator, the heads up going, hey, this is a possible ban evader. We're just not going to deal with it. We're going to get rid of it right now. Whereas if I ban people outright on Kick, who knows? I could ban the wrong person. I could ban someone who genuinely wants to come enjoy and talk, but I don't know that off of their nameplate. It doesn't give me any information. And to me, that's feeling like I have to stream on eggshells all the time. Is, oh great, this person just followed. Are they a bot or are they an actual person? 9 times out of 10, they're a bot. And now I get it. That following over there isn't as big, and maybe I'm a little bit more comfortable sitting around the K and a half to 1,500 mark that I've been sitting on Twitch, that I don't see bots as much. And starting over on a new platform may be why I'm a little bit more, I guess, appealing to bot people. But again, there's no moderation tools, and I will echo it again. There is zero moderation tools for people who dodge bans. And as much as they talk, they have all this money to give to creators, they need to take some of that money and kind of work on moderation for smaller communities that are more at risk for hate raids and all sorts of just malicious activity. Like, overall, the platform has gotten better. I will praise that. It has gotten better as a whole. It's rooted out a lot of the degenerate behavior that made it such a stained name to think about. But it just still feels very like a newborn child that is not fully flushed out. And will I continue streaming on it? Yes. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to give it the benefit of my doubt, of the doubt. I feel that there is something cooking here. There is something that potentially could be really good. I'm just giving you my honest opinion on the platform itself and the state of how I feel it is affecting me, my community, and my workflow, and concerns that I need to raise.